Will I have the time? I know I'm going to go ahead and say something right now. There is no reason that I'm going to sit up and be afraid of a God that I can't see, that ain't doing nothing right now. Why in the hell am I going to be afraid about going somewhere in the afterlife when we got real problems right here on earth that God ain't doing shit about? We got all kind of problems through over the history of time. Lots of tragic life things have happened all across the world, and yet I'm supposed to be afraid of something that's supposed to happen to me because somebody wrote it in some dusty ass book from whenever ago by whoever for whatever reason. And it seems to be that only the powers that be in different places are the ones pushing these coercive agendas. No, I'm not about to go for that. Maybe they're afraid, but belief doesn't mean anything because look, check it out. I can believe the Muffin Man lives on Derby Lane. Who gives a shit? I can go over to Derby Lane. He may or may not be there. But just because I believe it doesn't mean it's true. Same thing. Same thing. So right now, here it is today. Look, think about all the history, all the stories of all the bad things that have happened in this world. Okay? If that God was so real, why it didn't do nothing then? Okay? So you didn't do nothing then about the problems that exist on this world. But I'm supposed to be afraid when I leave from this realm that there's going to be something terrible and harmful and hurtful happening to me because I'm not believing what these people standing up, getting money off people for free, got their retirement paid for, everything to control the minds of others. And here's another thing. To me, it seems to be a mental health issue when we allow somebody to convince us of something that we haven't seen any evidence of, no proof, no nothing, no testing, no nothing. We just go along with it and believe it to be true in such a way where we're afraid. It causes us to be feeling guilty and having us to police ourselves unnecessarily behind closed doors. And the same people that's running around, hollering around, claiming to be this and claiming to be that, most of the people that I've seen that's been religious can't uphold what they say. What does that mean? Okay, so let's take, for instance, let's say somebody happened to be Christian, right? The Christians that I know, the ones that I've knew, I'll put it like that too, because I don't even, anyway, that's a long story. I ain't gonna even go there, but let me stick to the subject. They can't keep up. What does that mean? Oh, so if you're not supposed to be fornicating, they fornicating their face off. Most of them. And repenting later and doing it again. Doing other things that the book says that they're not supposed to do. But as long as they repent, you can repent 70 times 70 a day. And it's okay. So that means everything that's wrong is all right. It's passable. It's acceptable on their books. All right. So no accountability nowhere. Everything's just anything, everything, all things are okay. All right. So, and then here's the other thing. This one's really going to throw you back now. So the whole Jesus story, which is really Serapis, okay? Because here's the deal. If people really thought about Jesus as being who he portrays himself to be in that book, then half of the people who are, trying to say this in the best way, who don't like most of the people in the world, different groups of people who don't like people, then they wouldn't even be worshiping and putting that person first anyway, because they wouldn't want to believe that they are worshiping the very race that they don't like. They wouldn't want to believe that. So what do? They change the color of the guy, first of all, from being black or dark descent to being a white type colored look or whatever that we see, the one with the little long hair and blue eyes on the pictures. And that guy right there on that picture is actually Serapis. That's not even that's who they claiming to be Jesus. That's not Jesus at all. Okay. Let's start there. All right. But anyway, going back to this whole Jesus story, the point I'm trying to drive in. So the story said, and this is a deconstruction part, right? that he died for everybody's sins. So you got one man taking on everybody else's bullshit, all the problems, all the wrongdoings, no accountability by each person. We just got one solid guy getting beat up, nailed up, hung up on a cross, and we're celebrating the death of this man over and over again. I don't think that's right. There's a problem with that. That doesn't even make any sense. It's like if you saw somebody outside today getting done like that, people be calling the police or everything to just go and say, hey, this is not right. Something's wrong here. But no, they're celebrating it. They're happy about it, excited, whirling around their neck, on their earrings, everywhere, riding around their house, their car, standing out on the street corner, hollering out with megaphones, all that kind of stuff. It's like that's okay to see somebody get killed that way. In public, too, on top of that. So what, if they saw somebody today, it would be okay, too, if that happened? Why are we being desensitized, okay? Then if we take the next part of this story, let's just say hypothetically that he did die, right? From the story. Okay, if he died and that was supposed to be the sacrifice for the world, first of all, why the fuck would a God that created everything need somebody to die out of all the creatures it created? Why would he even have to do anything like that to decide if it wants to forgive? What kind of twisted, and we're okay with that twisted ass shit? And that makes no sense to me. But trying to stay back on the story. Okay. So, if he died for everybody's sins, we done passed that. Then he rose again on the third day. So did he die or didn't die for the sins? Did he or did he not? We need to know this. And if he didn't, it's like, psych. You thought you were saved. You thought that I did this for you, but I got up. I'm out of here. I'm not staying out here. And then it's like, I feel different layers of thoughts and emotions about this. Because I'm like, okay, so if he died and then he didn't die, he came back to life, then he technically didn't die for the sins. So that wasn't a permanent, solidified conditioning. If that's the case, if he did, then there should be no reason why people can't live happily and peacefully and do all they want to do any kind of way they want to do it right here now today, if that's the case. All right. And then they want to say that he had power. Well, if he had the power to do all of that, that's putting on a show to me. That is putting on a show. Because why the hell you need to do all that? Why'd you want to go and be getting beat up and hung up and nailed up and all this other kind of stuff on a piece of wood in front of everybody looking crazy when you didn't have to go through none of that? When you knew you was going to rise again on the third day anyway. Come on now, y'all. Come on, somebody. Let's make sense of this thing right here. Does that sound right to you? Like, just really think about it. Just take back all your feelings about anything, all your whatever, and let's focus in on this right here, right now. Does that make any sense to you? And then you're going to tell me this dude got power? He got power to what? If he going to get beat up, bammed up, bruised up, hung up, and dragged out, and all this other kind of stuff, if he can't save himself, how the hell is he going to save me? I don't believe it. I don't buy it. How can a dead man save me? My ancestors, they cool. I rock with them. And that's a belief because my ancestors is not right here with me right now. I have to form that thought and hope on them, but they're not here. So for me to sit here and even say, oh, my ancestors this, my ancestors that, that's just saying that because there's nobody tangibly here. What do we see this? And then it's like, okay, so, well, he's alive. He's real. Okay, well, if he's so alive, tell him to come over to my house on Saturday night at 7 p.m. Matter of fact, fuck it. Let him tell him to come to your house on Friday at 7 p.m. and see how he show up. Bet you won't nobody come. Ain't no damn body gonna come. What, you gonna sit in the living room, in the kitchen, right around your food and just pray and hope and think that it's going to come? No, come on, y'all. I wish that my people would think. In this world, just think. And if you're going to let them do this to you and take control of your mind, your thought processes, and make you believe based on a belief, on a book that somebody wrote that we don't even know, what it demonstrates is that you're an easy target for something else. Whatever else that may be. Anything, as long as you sprinkle a little bit of God on it. sprinkle a little bit of Jesus on it. It's acceptable. It's okay. It's okay for the pastors and the preachers and all this to do the stuff that they've been doing to the people in their congregation. And you know what I'm talking about. I don't even have to say it right here, right now. Hell no, that's not okay. I don't care about no repenting or nothing. People need to be responsible for their actions. And I'm going to just say that. I don't have no problem. This ain't no rant. I'm not upset. I don't have no problem. But I just got out of my car or my SUV from a man on the street corner hollering out with a megaphone about Valentine's Day and it's a day of love and this and that. And God love you, Jesus love you. And people got it posted up on their walls. They got big ass signs now. They got it on the side of their house. They wearing these outfits to work. You know what I'm saying? In public places where usually professional places they wouldn't be. They on the scramble now. They on the scramble to keep people believing just the same way they do. To keep people's minds iced. To keep people's minds locked up with problems. Fear and being afraid and feeling loved by something that ain't even here. To take over your mind, to take over your agency, to take over you living happily, peacefully, sovereignly, doing whatever you want to do. On the contrast, I don't buy none of it. I don't believe none of it. I'm not going to believe none of it. And I'm not promoting and supporting nothing or nobody that's doing all of that. And I don't want to be hanging out, friends, all this other kind of stuff with bullshit like that. I'm going to just say it. I ain't got no problem. I'm just be straight up. So, you know where I stand. And I'm just not going for that. And when you deal with me, you're going to get the real me. You're going to get somebody who's seeing clearly, who's going to be honest with you, who's going to be real with you, not going to make up nothing, be lying and tricking and doing all this other kind of stuff, because I don't work like that. So this has been my moment to address the bullshit. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'll see you on the next one.